There's so much to be learned by simple observation. You can see kids running around playing and having fun bowling, and sometimes you can see if a person has a disability. A common misconception is that you need to be able to see a disability in order for someone to have a disability, but that is not true. An invisible disability can refer to symptoms like fatigue, dizziness, cognitive dysfunctions, brain injuries, and learning disabilities. There are two clips that will follow showing how a learning disability can affect the learner. In the first clip, the learner is trying to write a word while looking in the mirror, which means that it's reflected in backwards, so it makes it quite hard to write down. The way we usually do is look at what we are writing. Look in the mirror. The second clip is where the learner is turning their right foot clockwise, but then they try and draw a 6 with their right hand in the air. And it's quite difficult because it's turning opposite directions, so it makes your right foot want to turn left instead of right. And you guys can try it at home to see if you have the same difficulties as my learner in the video does.
The Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990 describes a person who has a disability as a person who has an impairment that substantially limits one or more major life events, has been recorded with having that impairment, or regarded with having such an impairment.
People with learning disabilities are more widely accepted and are gaining more freedoms.
Yeah, more individuals are getting better jobs even though they have a disability. Through research and experience, we can learn how to better interact with individuals who have disabilities.
And I heard that individuals with a learning disability don't learn the same or as effectively as individuals without a learning disability.
Yeah, every individual learns in a different way, but some tips to help include giving individuals time to work through problems, providing examples, and allowing frequent breaks so you don't overwhelm them.
Along with learning disabilities, there are emotional disabilities, intellectual disabilities, and physical disabilities. To help students with a disability succeed in school, they may have an individualized education program, or an IEP. An IEP is a written document that is developed for public school children who are eligible for special education. What's generally kept in the folder is information that is developed, reviewed, and revised in meetings. School members and the children's parents develop this IEP and meet as necessary. They tend to have annual goals for the child to meet and how the child is progressing throughout the year. I hope you enjoyed this little bit of information about children and adults with disabilities. I hope that it helps you better communicate and interact with them and just expand your knowledge on the subject.